At this time, it is my privilege to acknowledge our honor, distinguished honor, and summa cum laude graduates. In order to be considered an honor graduate, a student must maintain a grade point average of 3.3 or above. A distinguished honor graduate presents a student who has maintained a grade point average of 3.8 or above. The class of 2010 is represented by 79 honor graduates and 18 distinguished honor graduates. Would the honor and distinguished honor graduates please stand to be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. A summa cum laude graduate is a student who has earned a grade point average of 4.0 or above. The class of 2010 has 32 students who have achieved this status. At this time, would the summa cum laude graduates please stand to be recognized? Thank you. This morning, I am pleased to announce to you the scholastic accomplishments of 85 members of the class of 2010. These students have received 105 scholarships and grants to colleges and universities throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia and across the nation, as reported to our counseling center. These students were recognized last week at the Senior Honor Awards ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, the total money in scholarships and grants offered this year is $1,664,360. Congratulations, class of 2010. It is the pleasure of the administration and faculty this year to continue the tradition of recognizing students for their outstanding improvement and extraordinary accomplishments. In previous years, scholarships have been awarded in recognition of former principals of North Stafford High School. This morning, in keeping with the spirit of celebrating student achievement through this legacy, we will once again award 3 $1,000 scholarships. As is the case throughout the academic year, we recognize students who, in their own way, be it a quiet but robust presence or an energetic and outgoing personality, have made a difference that impacts the whole learning culture that is North Stafford High School. A common trait among these 3 recipients is most evident. They are all a positive role model for their peers. In the span of 4 short years at North Stafford High School, these seniors have found the time and means to positively impact all of those with whom they have shared classes and activities. Joining me in presenting the Principal's Leadership Scholarships today, in addition to Mr. Nichols, are Mr. Anthony Copeland, Ms. Ann Bush, Assistant Principals, Ms. Laura Sly, North Stafford High School's Teacher of the Year for 2009-2010, will also be presenting a scholarship. The first recipient of the Principal's Leadership Award has had many positives attributed to him by his teachers during his time here at North Stafford High School. As a freshman, the deer-in-the-headlights look was not unusual. His classes proved more than challenging at times. Navigating the crowded hallways was easier some days than others. Being an adolescent came with all the built-in pitfalls that were shared with friends, along with some lessons learned at minimal expense, but lessons learned nonetheless. The admirable trait that drew my attention to this student as a freshman was and remains a continual, undaunted, confident progression toward achieving success in his area of interest. Finding that niche that anchored not only his success at North Stafford, but his confidence and a teacher's admiration, this young man began investing spare time in additional lab hours when it would have been very acceptable to socialize and just be a teenager. These last 2 years, he has matured into a very personable and most dependable young man. He's been a real go-to student for his primary mentor, who shared with me that he is a talented student and has been helpful and cooperative in class. It's a young man like him that I will miss the most when I leave teaching. This young man's growth from a wide-eyed freshman to a confident senior was solidly confirmed in our last conversation when he eagerly told me in a very determined and sure voice about his immediate plans for summer work and how he was truly looking forward to the next level of his education this coming fall. If he will please come forward to receive this, it is my great pleasure that I present this $1,000 award to Dalton Belski.